just 3 days after his circumcision. You wouldn't expect to find Abraham outside of his tent at the hottest part of the day. But in Parshat Vayera, that's exactly where we find him. And our tradition tells us the reason he's outside is because he's waiting for guests so that he can perform the mitzvah of hachnasat orchim, of radical hospitality. Seeing that nobody's coming at this hot part of the day, God's self comes with angels in tow to tell Abraham that he and Sarah are going to have a child. When Abraham sees his guests coming, he runs to greet them. He basically begs them to come and spend time with him and to come in. He offers them food and drink and hurries to have help from his wife to prepare it so that he can honor his guests and make them comfortable. Because of this, Abraham is known for this radical hospitality, for this hachnasat orchim. It is an amazing trait that we as Jewish people always try to emulate. When we are at the Passover Seder, we say, Kol dichvin yeteh ve'echol, everyone who is hungry, let them come and eat. It is part of our core values. Nowadays, when we think about hosting guests, usually we think about hosting friends and family, if at this point we're hosting anyone at all. But once upon a time, the most likely person for you to host as a guest was somebody, a Jewish person who wandered into your small town, who didn't know anyone and didn't have somewhere to stay, and they would say, come and stay by me, let me practice this mitzvah of hachnasat orchim. So we too, when we're able to and comfortable, should also practice this important mitzvah, and I want to share with you a few pieces of Jewish law, of halakha, about how to do so. The first is that when your guests arrive, you should always offer them food and water. If it sounds very Jewish, it's because it is. You should always try to make sure to anticipate your guests' needs, especially if they're staying overnight. It's embarrassing to ask for extra water or maybe a spare pillow. We should try to always think about what someone might need and provide it before they have to ask. And finally, when we're saying goodbye to our guests, we don't just walk them to the door. We take them 4 cubits, about 7 feet past the door, as a way of showing that we are taking them to their next place, that we are providing them, and maybe we do provide them with a little doggy bag, something to get them safely to wherever they're going, that they're not just someone that we care about when they're by us, but also when they leave wherever they may go. So the next time that you have somebody coming your way, I encourage you to think like Abraham and also to take that Beauty and the Beast mentality and say, be my guest. Shabbat Shalom.